Hey there guys, today we'll be looking at a beer that a lot of you may be familiar with. This is Dogfish Head's Miles Davis Bitches Brew. Okay, so this is their ale brewed with honey and gesho. More specifically, it looks like a fusion of 3 threads Imperial Stout and 1 thread honey beer. I can't read the rest of it. It's got some quite a bit of label damage here. Received this from a cellar box. But I've actually never had this. Comes in at 9% alcohol by volume, so kind of a big guy here. See if I finish it. Maybe share some with my wife. Anyway, this one was bottled in 2012, so this has 5 years on it at least, ish, something like that. So check it out. It's one of those beers that I would see on the shelf, you know, grocery stores, specs, whatever, and look at it, read over the label, and just I never bought it. I don't know. So I guess it'll be fun now to finally try. Check it out. Oh wow. All right. So definitely looks like an Imperial Stout. Pours out this really deep black color. Looks really thick pouring out as well. It's got a nice, pretty deep tan mocha head. I mean, this looks like a fantastic Imperial Stout. So let's check out the aroma on this guy. Huh. That's really interesting. I actually do not know what gesho is. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I mean, I've heard of it before, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. So, look into that here. But I feel like there's a faint hint of honey here. Definitely getting some of those rich, dark fruit, molasses type notes. I'd say things in the way of raisin or prune, molasses. I think the honey's going to start coming out a bit. Cocoa. Maybe just a bit of kind of that soy umami character, you know. So, let's check it out. Cheers. It's actually really smooth. So it's sweeter than I actually thought, and it's not as savory. I expected this to have a pretty big kind of a soy sauce type character to it, and really it doesn't. Getting more honey on the taste, it has this really rich but not cloying sweetness to it. It doesn't really dry out too much on the back end. Getting some big cola notes as well. Really no bitterness or anything to the beer. The mouthfeel was actually pretty slick and slightly sticky. It's definitely on the heavier bodied side. Well, I'd say we'll go medium heavy. Carbonation kind of lifts it up a bit. It's not high carb. It's actually pretty nice carb for an Imperial Stout, or I guess whatever you want to classify this as. But I do like the carbonations on it's nice. I prefer carb on the lower side, so this could have even a little bit less for me. But it does kind of make the beer easier to drink, because it is a pretty big, heavy beer. But not as cloying as I thought maybe either. You know, I don't know. I don't really find honey cloying, so I mean, it's definitely more parts Imperial Stout than honey or anything like that. But it's more drinkable than I expected. Still a sipper, but I don't find myself wanting to drain pour this or anything like that. It's actually exceeded my expectations on what how I thought this beer was going to come out. So Yeah, a lot of the same stuff in the nose. Getting a bit more chocolate as well. Some of that cocoa. It's pretty nice. You know, it's has a lot of the typical Imperial Stout like notes, but just this bit of kind of rich, excuse me, honey character that gives it something unique. Doesn't make it cloying. Definitely has a little bit more sweetness, I think, than typically should, or typical Imperial Stouts. And it's not hard to drink. It's actually pretty solid. So I'm going to go a solid 4 out of 5 on this guy. Good stuff. So glad to finally try it. It'll be interesting to see how it is fresh, if that honey is more prevalent. But any case, that is 2012 Bitches Brew. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Keep on. I'm trying to keep posting things more frequently. So might have some fun stuff here coming soon. Jake will be here this week. So should have some more reviews up pretty soon. But anyway, that's all. So cheers, and I will catch you guys later.